I'm sure that the PC community never would have thought that we'd be in the situation we're in right now, with 1 month to go before the theoretical release of Modern Warfare 2, with a short amount of time remaining until the game drops in our store shelves. The community is saying that our platform has been marginalized by the producer and by the developer of MW2. PC community events are now console marketing events. The community manager for MW2 rarely, if ever, speaks to our concerns, and only seems to do so when under duress. Questions, rumors, innuendo have taken the place of well-timed corporate information. When will the PC specs be released? Will dedicated servers?
Well, this is the first time we've ever done something like this, obviously.
Just a creative-strategist, living in an online world. He took the modern warfare hype everywhere. I'm just a Call of Duty boy, born and raised in South Toronto. Took the PC gaming way too serious. A podcast filled to the brim, the smell of wine, beer and sausages. For a fight we shared tonight, rush went on and on and on and on.
Come on, feel the groove and let your body move. Come on, feel the groove and let your body move, yeah.
And I know the team has huge plans for what IWNet develops into, and this is just the beginning. So it's hard for me personally to speak towards IWNet, because that is very much a code-heavy project. So you have to forgive me for my ignorance on the future of IWNet.
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I misheard this. Do you feel that if they make the date on the 10th, that there might not be dedicated servers in at that time?
Oh yeah, we've seen it before where games have not come out with PB out front because they couldn't get it in. So I wouldn't be surprised. They want to make the date, make good publicity. No dedicated server, obviously. Then maybe no PB even. Just standalone server, which the code is going to be exactly like the console stuff, and they can get it out there.
I think that would just drive this community nuts.
Yeah, I would really doubt that Dedi servers would not come out of the box. I mean, they're still using COD 4 code, so why wouldn't? It was there, so why wouldn't we still have dedicated servers?
But right now, here we go. And I hear something.
Is it working?
Yes, it is.
He's here.
How you doing, Rob?
I'm doing all right. Sorry I'm late. I just got out of that first look event here in Amsterdam, and I got a tweet when I was in the taxi saying that this had started, so I made sure to try to get over here and jump on.
I don't know how much of the cast you've heard. I guess there's some anxiety in the community, at least PC community, as far as what to expect with MW2. We were really jacked up to get this game, but I guess there's been so many rumors, and it's a struggle to try to figure out what's real and what's not.
There is no delay for the PC version of Modern Warfare 2. As Jason West talked to Jim at the multiplayer event, even though I totally, threw confusion in the mix by saying the complete opposite at the same event. But Jason was dead on when he was talking about the matchmaking servers for the PC, because we've been building up this system on the back end called IWNet to allow matchmaking for our PC users as well, just like you have on the console. That's built in on Xbox Live and PSN, but the PC never had it. So we're building in our own, matchmaking, so you can get in there and play with players your same rank.
Nice. Now, will that interfere with the, the normal in-game browser?
It will. Yeah. At the time, we have, you're completely reliant on IWNet, and there's no dedicated server or server list. So you rely on IWNet for your matchmaking and finding games, but then you also have the private match, much like the other platforms, where you can go in and customize, turn off air support, turn off this, turn off that, customize the game rules, all via private match, and invite people to the server that way.
Okay, so that just leads me to another question, which is the dedicated server part. So we're not going to be able to put MW2 up on the dedicated boxes that we rent.
Correct.
The silence that you hear is because we've got a community right now that is structured in such a way that relied on having dedicated servers. Was that factored in?
You know, for custom content after the fact, and whatnot to keep the game alive, for us a lot longer. So we're not going to be able to do the custom content, so to speak, or are we still going to be able to with the IWNet and the private matches?
Well, this is the first time we've ever done something like this, obviously. And I know the team has huge plans for what IWNet develops into, and this is just the beginning. So it's hard for me personally to speak towards IWNet because that is very much a code-heavy project. So you have to forgive me for my ignorance on the future of IWNet. But I know they're putting a lot of work into it and the stuff you'll be able to do to it later on. But at launch, it's mostly focused on handling all the matchmaking and all that stuff.
To clarify, so basically we will be running listening servers locally, and basically the maximum number of clients are going to be whatever the restriction is on our home connection per se. Or will we be able to run this separately? Because, again, comments to dedicated server providers out there was, you better not be pre-selling Modern Warfare 2 servers because we don't know exactly what you're going to be pre-selling. So there's no way for me to run something remotely?
Exactly, yeah. Everything's going to go through IWNet. So essentially you're going to, get your PC game. You're going to connect to Steam, but our matchmaking is not through Steam. Okay. I don't want that to be confused.
So your IWNet is run in conjunction with Steam?
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
This is Garrett. Does that include VAC?
Yes.
Wow.
Ooh. So no more Punkbuster.
Yeah, but I don't want to speak. No more Punkbuster. But I don't want to speak too much. I don't want to step on Steam's toes too much because I know they're going to be issuing something to that effect of speaking to all this.
You're definitely reshaping the way the community has set itself up.
Definitely.
And it's going to be a struggle, I think, to try to explain this to people. I think people are going to have a lot of questions.
Well, change is going to be hard for anyone. It's going to be a difficult challenge, I think.
This is huge
for you guys.
I mean, right now, the way we've set ourselves up is, generally speaking, the average person goes into a clan, and a clan has a place to play, and it's their server, and it's their rules. And I'm wondering, how do you see the structure? How do you see us structuring? What do you see in about, let's say, 3-4 months down the road? How are we going to become? How are we going to stay as a community? I'm just trying to get a mental picture. Have you thought that through, Robert? Do you have a feeling about how we're going to how the community is going to look in 2-3 months?
Well, I think that's going to be much more like the rest of the gaming scene, of where you have your sites where you congregate, you discuss, and you set up matches and you schedule, and then you jump into a private match and you invite everybody in and you do your clan games there. Much more than how it currently is in PC, where you have your clan, everything's ran by you. You have complete control. This is much more of a communal thing.
I'm not so sure we still have 402.
Yeah. I'm reading the chat log.
I should have put the swear filter on.
Yeah, well, it's definitely going to be a change. And I think when I was listening earlier before I called in, Bleed pretty much hit it dead on. He said, it's going to be a very different setup than what we're previously used to in the Call of Duty franchise for PC. It's going to be very different. And how we address it is going to be very different. But in the long term, I think it's really going to help the community because it changes the way and how we're able to update and support the PC version of the game.
Just a creative-strategist living in an online world. He took the modern warfare hike everywhere. Just a Call of Duty boy, born and raised.
Got him!